Well, welcome to the video, everyone. We're at the beautiful Interlagos for a 30-minute multi-class sprint race. I'm driving an LMP2. We've got LMP3s and GT3s. I managed to pole position 2.
Green, let's go, let's go.
Just slightly behind Anson Young, so we both
side.
get a pretty good start. But as we approach the braking zone, I think Anson just braked a little bit early, which allowed me to scoot around the outside. As you can see, the person behind Young had to get on the brakes pretty hard and locked up. And then P3 went into the back of Yong, I think. So we'll need to look at the replays. So we're on board with Cummins. We've got a pretty good run, but it just went a little bit deep and made contact with Anson Yong. And just pushed him off the track. Now we're on board with Gervais. I think he just runs a little bit too deep and sandwiches the LMP2 to his left. And gets taken out, so accidentally, of course. Now we're on board with Bieland. He's the guy that gets sandwiched. And he's able to get through, but we're probably damaged. Now we're on board with P2 and the GT3's Magabaru. He gets tangled up with the LMP3 just in front. And the LMP3 just continued to turn, wanting to turn left. Probably should have opened it out. Now both their races are ruined, as you can see. Now we're on board with the LMP3. Magaburu comes up on the inside. I'm not sure who's to blame, but self-preservation should have been the motivation there, not position. Now we're on board with Anjos. So he's able to brake and miss one, but not the other. So bad luck to him. Now we're on board with Solis. Poor bugger, he was trying to be patient, trying to get through, but didn't. That's a fair bit of carnage for turn 1.
On your left.
Now let's get back to the live action.
Left.
Yellow flag. We can see Commons spinned it. Good work on the start, mate. This is great. Sector 2 is yellow. We think Barry has spun off.
Well, let's see what happened to Barry. Barry is P2 in the LMP3s. Williams directly behind him makes contact at the corner and pushes him off track. So not good for Barry, and we'll see a bit more of Williams as the race continues. Now let's get back to the live action.
Green flag, sector 2. Sector 1 is green.
Well, managed to get past Yong, obviously, in lap 1.
Keep doing what you're
now
doing.
into lap
This is spot
2,
on.
but I
You're
run a
leading.
little bit too deep here and lose some time in this corner. Yong behind is obviously quicker than me, obviously poled better than me, and I lost a little bit of time there.
Now 0.9.
If I'm to stay ahead, I'm going to need to race really good laps, low 24s regularly, and I'm going to need a little bit of luck with the traffic to be able to pull ahead of Yong. Can I do it? Well, we'll just have to wait and see, but I'm praying for good traffic and some consistent driving on my part. Let's see how we go.
Sector 3 is now yellow. Sector 2 is now yellow. We think that Rasmussen has crashed. Green flag.
Well, let's see what happens to Rasmussen. He's P1 in the LMP3s. Just gets that corner really wrong and straight into the barrier. Now we get on board. Yeah. Yep, done that a few times myself, so I know what that feels like.
Rasmussen is now retired.
Now let's get back to the live action. So end of race for Rasmussen, which is unfortunate, obviously.
The guy behind has just done a 124.5.
Yep, so we can see from those lap times that Young behind is just that tenth or so faster a lap than me. So I need to get better, faster, quick, otherwise he's going to go straight past me.
You're in the lead.
Well, as you can see from those lap times, Young behind was able to get into the 1 minute 23s just. A 10 for 2
Yellow
faster, so
sector 2.
he is that just a little bit quicker than me. But I'm going to need to continue to push out those low 1 minute 24s if I've got any chance.
Sector 2 is clear. Green flag in sector 3. We think that Oliveira has spun off.
Yeah, well, let's see what happened to Oliveira, P2 in the LMP3s, trackside view. Yep, we'll see that a few times during this race. Easily done. Let's get back to the live action.
Yellow flag sector 2. It looks like Leitzinger has gone off. Sector 2 is now green.
Well, let's see what happened to Leitzinger in the LMP3s. Remember, he had damage from the opening lap and spins out and into the barrier. Probably race over for him, I'd say. Let's get back to the live action.
Coming up on
If
a
you have a
slower
look at
class car.
the text comments there, you'll see that X-Siege and Scarrett are complaining about some carnage. I actually missed this from the replays of the start, and they were on board with X-Siege, and he's taken that through those first series of corners nice. He's lifted off here because he sees some carnage ahead, and then gets punted from behind and into the barrier. So his car will be pretty damaged, I'd say, probably going to lose some top end speed and some downforce. Now we're on board with the guy that was behind him, and yes, punterooed, and yeah, not good. And now we're on board with Scarrett, so he's trying to get his way through this carnage. And Mugabara, who was off track earlier, comes on track, and that was the Porsche that he hit. Now let's get back to the live action. So as you can see there from the text comments, Scarrett spent about 184 seconds in the pits getting repairs, which is obviously not a good outcome for him.
That lap was a 124.6.
Well, as we can see, Yong is still behind, very close, 0.6, and he's not going away. He's probably in a pretty good position, really. He just needs to keep putting pressure on me, hoping that I'll eventually crack, because that's generally what happens when people are trying to drive faster than they're capable, which is what I'm trying to do. Let's see how long I can hold out, if I can.
Alright, Mons, don't let this guy distract you.
Well, let's get on board with Yong and see what it looks like from his point of view. So I've managed to be able to get away to 1.2 seconds or thereabouts lead. He makes that corner slightly different to me. We're pretty much the same here as well. Now he does take this next corner different to me. He leaves it in second, whereas I scoot back to first, but he takes that corner really well, actually. I have tried second gear there, but I just don't feel I get the rotation and the punch coming out of the corner. He's obviously very quick, or quicker than me, so it obviously works for him. Now he gets held up, I think, a bit by traffic here, which is obviously what I need. So he's trying to get a good exit out of that corner and straight past the Lambo. And now we're starting to catch up to some of the GT3s. Okay, so held up a little bit there, comes through the inside, probably going around the outside of that car there. Go down the inside, yep. And oh, that was nice for him. That GT3 got out of the way and hold him up, so that was good for him. I was forced to go around the outside of that BMW, and he makes a little bit of contact. He makes a good move around the outside. That's always risky, but he made it stick. So good for him. And he's able to remain in touch. I was able to scoot away a little bit. And let's go back to the live action.
That lap time was 1:26.
Car right. Clear right.
20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes left. Slower class cars ahead.
Right side. Clear right. Car left. Clear left. Left side. Clear left. On your left. Clear left.
The gap to Young behind is now 1.1. Yellow flag. We think Kroniak has binned it. Sector 2 is clear. Slower.
Let's see what happened to Chronic. Yep, just span out there. Let's get on board. Yep, I think locks the rears up and the rear just follows him around the corner.
Class car ahead.
And let's get back to the live action.
On your right. Clear right. Car left. Clear left. Left side. Clear left. Car right. Clear right.
Slower car ahead. It's their class leader.
On your right. Clear right.
Well, we can see Barry ahead in the LMP3. He's been able to get back to P2.
Right side. Clear right.
After he was taken out by P1 at this particular corner at the beginning of the race. But he's miles behind P1 and it's highly unlikely
Young behind is now
that he's
1.6
going to be able
seconds.
to catch P1, I'd say, unless P1
On your
gets
left,
involved
clear
in an
left.
incident. Able to scoot down the inside there, needed to shift back to second just to make it. And looking to try and maintain that 1.4 second lead to Young behind if I can. Now we've got no traffic ahead of us for a little while, so I need to put some good laps together and hope Anson behind obviously doesn't.
Wilkin has just retired from the race.
Now let's look at the replay and see what happens to Wilkin. Here we can see he's P11, makes a really nice move down the inside of Taff. And he's able to make the overtake. And gets through turn 1 and turn 2 nicely. And in the mirror you'll see an LMP2 coming up from behind. And just absolutely murders him. Let's look at the replay. We're on board with Beeland in P6, LMP2, and then just drifts over and probably doesn't even realise what he's done. Here's a trackside view. Yeah, that car is absolutely destroyed. And yeah, that's really unfortunate for Wilkin. And obviously Wilkin's not very happy about that, and you'll see some comments there in the chat box wondering how he could be murdered on a straight. And but I would say that would be accidental, but that just shouldn't happen in a split run race. But it is unfortunate and not a good outcome. As you can see in the chat there, Wilkin's not very happy, but all things considered,
Yellow
that's
flag.
actually
Sector 3 is yellow.
quite a polite response.
It looks like Taff has binned it.
It could be a lot worse
Green
than that,
flag
I
in
would
sector
say.
2. Sector 3 is now clear.
So good on Wilkin for holding some restraint. That's pure
15
class, mate.
minutes left. That's 15 minutes. Okay, Mons, that's half distance.
Well, not much happens for a few minutes, so we're just going to push forward in the race to around the 11-minute mark. And we're just behind Williams in the LMP3. And we're able to get through the inside, of course. And,
car right. Clear right. On your right.
Towards
Clear
the next
right.
corner.
Slower class car ahead.
On your right.
But it looks like Martin has crashed.
Clear right.
So for 20
Left
minutes
side.
I run a pretty good race, but then this happens. This is a trackside view, and as I come around this corner, I absolutely bottle it and lock up. I go to reverse off the track to get out of the way and get hit by Williams in the LMP3 P1, and this is a third person view of what happens. Yep, and then get hit. So we're going to have a look out from on board from Williams just to see his point of view. Comes around the corner, sees me reversing off track, and yeah, he obviously was trying to evade me. And yeah. Now I've
Quite a lot
got
of aero damage. You might need to come in and get it fixed.
yeah, got a fair bit of damage, although it
Slower
doesn't
cars
show
ahead.
it on the
These guys are fighting
car
for
map.
position.
But
The group includes their class leader. Sector 2's green.
Shut up, Jim. The car is very sketchy. You've got steering damage and aero damage. Now that Yong has got past, there's no possibility I'm ever going to be able to catch him. His lead is unassailable. So my thoughts are now I've got to try and hold on to
10 minutes to go. That's
P2
10 minutes left. You're the man. Stay on it.
with a heavily compromised car. So let's see how we go.
P2. Yellow flag, sector 1. We can see Simplicio and Chase have spun out. The gap to...
Well, let's look at the replay and see what happened to P3 and P4. P3 is in the blue LMP2 on the inside, and P4 taps him in the rear end, and then they both spin out. That was pretty lucky
Right.
for me because
Clear right. Right side.
they would have easily have caught me, I think,
Still
with the
there,
amount of
clear
time that I'm leaking out of this car. Now I've got a nice buffer to the new P3, and hopefully I can hang on for the next 9 minutes.
Okay, Mons, we've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines. Sector 1 is green.
Right side.
Incident in sector 2, yellow flag.
Car left.
We think that dog has stacked it. Green flag, sector 2.
Well, let's see what happened to Ed Dog in the LMP2, and locks up the rears, spins out and then gets a nice little tap, but he gets off the track.
Clear left.
You
Let's get back to the live
Keep
action.
it nice and tidy.
Car right. Clear right.
You're coming up on a slower car. P3 is closing the gap. It's now 10 seconds. Yellow flag, sector 2. We think TAF has gone off.
Well, let's see what happened to Taff. He's coming around that first of the right-handers and straight into the barrier. Loses a wheel, pretty much race over. So unfortunate for him. Let's get back to the live action.
Car right. Clear right.
Well, we're just going to go forward in the race for a few minutes, and not much had happened, other than P3 and P4 taking about 5 seconds out of my lead ahead of them. Luckily, I've only got a lap and a bit
class car.
to get through to hold on to P2. And you can see from the delta that Yong in P1 is able to gap me 30 seconds, so obviously the car is very compromised, and I'm losing about 3.5 seconds, maybe more a lap.
Car left. Clear left.
But I've been able to hold on, hopefully. Only another lap to go, so Brimblecom behind within 4 seconds.
Okay, pit stop requested.
Just need to get through, and I'll have P2.
On your left. Clear left.
Yep, so managed to get through to the last lap of the race.
Pit crew is ready.
It's been a bit of a challenge since we got the damage. The car is really sketchy. On a lot of the corners, it's really hard to keep the rear end.
P3 is getting closer. The gap's
spinning
now
out.
3.8 seconds.
And no real traffic ahead for a while. Just need to nail each corner and not make any mistakes, and P2 should be mine. If you've got this far through the video, I'd just like to thank you all for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed all the replays and the little incidents that happened throughout the race. And if you did, please give the video a bit of a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We try and do a multi-class race video each week. And looking forward to next week when we get the Daytona. Hopefully there's a multi-class race happening there. So thanks again. And as we go past the finish line, we'll have a quick look at the results and say our Cheerios.
Podium.
Well, let's have a quick look at the results. P2 gained a bit of driver rank and safety rank. Congratulations to Anson on the win and Sean for P3. Thanks everyone for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you in the next one. Ciao for now.